Bangor. From the Great North Woods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, with dangerously cold weather moving in, some advice that will help protect your home.
Plus, court action is underway following a controversial decision to move Ellsworth's police station.
And details on an effort by lawmakers to arm Maine teachers with guns.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for tuning in. We'll have those stories and much more coming up. But first, the thing everybody's talking about this week is the dangerously cold weather that's moving in. It was already here this morning, but today was really just kind of a preview. It was down around zero, a little bit above or below this morning. But this weekend, though, it's supposed to get down to around 50 below zero with wind chills, and that's the kind of stuff you want to take serious.
Right. I mean, depending on no matter where you are. And if you can, you want to avoid staying off the roads. Or avoid the roads.
Just stay inside.
If you can.
Stay warm.
I know plenty of people have to work, and we have newsroom employees that will have to come in. So let's check in with Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's the perfect gift for your Valentine. Alrighty, here we go. We have a wind chill warning in effect now. This is the highest alert for cold weather expected as we are dealing with wind chill values later on that will be reaching 55 below in some spots, if not worse. So this will be moving in very soon, especially as we head towards the daytime tomorrow. On top of that, though, we also have a winter storm watch on the northern ends of the state until 7 p.m. Saturday. Not so much for accumulating snow, but blowing snow will be expected, though, with any snow that falls in the northern ends of the state, at least through Saturday evening. And also gale warnings now in effect until 4 p.m. as we head towards Saturday along the coast. And this right here is a freezing spray warning also in effect until 4 p.m. as we head towards Saturday, as the cold weather and the wind will be causing some ice to accumulate on shore from courtesy of the ocean. So lots to break down here this morning. Otherwise, though, we're quiet for now. The next system is off toward the north and west. It'll be moving in our direction soon, so we'll be dealing with increasing clouds today. It starts to pass through overnight tonight and parts of tomorrow. And once it passes through, our lives will really change with colder temperatures on the way. For now, we'll be okay today. We'll see increasing clouds today in general, temperatures in the 20s and 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Thank you, Devin. Knowing how to be safe in the deep freeze temperatures also includes knowing how best to keep your home safe. We spoke to the professionals at Nichols Plumbing and Drain Cleaning. They say it's important to pay attention to temperatures both inside and outside to make sure you don't end up with frozen pipes. If your pipes do freeze, though, here's a great tip to stay safe while fixing the problem.
I would say the first thing you don't want to do is use an open flame. Using your open flame, you have a high risk of having a fire. We see that every year. One of the biggest things you like to use is either a hair dryer or a heat gun. I would say definitely take your hand and see how far away you are from your heat gun or your hair dryer, just because they also get very hot and you don't want to create a fire that way.
John also says turning your thermostat up a few degrees will help to make sure pipes don't freeze, especially if you live in a trailer or house with very little insulation. Also, putting a blanket around your pipes and opening the cupboard doors will help to keep your water running.
It's up to say, if you keep your faucet running a little bit, too.
Right, I believe.
Cold water tap.
Yes, cold. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, with temperatures expected to steadily plunge through the rest of the week, multiple organizations around the state are operating as warming centers and are opening their doors to help. One of these places is the Bangor Area Recovery Network on Center Street in Brewer, which will be welcoming anyone in need starting at 6 p.m. on Friday. They'll be offering warmth, snacks, and drinks, and even pancakes the following morning. Executive Director Robert Fickett spoke about the importance of offering a helping hand.
The temperatures are going to be so low Friday night that people who don't have shelter could die. So first and foremost, it's about saving lives. I want to be that person for somebody that just extends a kind hand and offers a warm place.
Well, you can see some of the available warming centers right there on your screen. There are facilities in a number of communities all around the region, including others that are not listed here. For a complete list, you can head on over to foxbangor.com. We'll continue to update that because more warming shelters are opening as we head toward the weekend.
A blown tire sent a kerosene delivery truck off the road just after noontime yesterday. The truck was traveling northbound on I-95 in Etna when the tire blew, sending the truck off the roadway to the right and rolling onto its right side. There were no injuries, but some of the K2 kerosene leaked out of the truck that was fully loaded with 2,700 gallons of the home heating oil. Maine State Police, Etna Fire and Rescue responded along with DOT and the Department of Environmental Protection.
Well, the controversy over the decision to move the Ellsworth police station has begun to play out in court, with the first hearing on the issue being held yesterday. Our Matthew Jronczyk was also there.
City Councilor Steve O'Halloran and 3 businesses filed a motion to issue a temporary restraining order to halt renovations after they say the city of Ellsworth did not give the public enough notice about moving its police station. Justice Bruce Maloney rejected the motion Wednesday in court, saying there was not enough evidence at this time.
I will not be able to grant the TRO.
Lawyers from both sides had their opinions on the outcome.
Temporary restraining orders have a very high burden of proof, so it wasn't unexpected, but it's also always very useful to work with the court and the other lawyers to sort of frame the issues that will be considered on the appeal, this ADB appeal that we've talked about.
That was what we expected because there was no basis to temporarily suspend the city's action.
The judge said his decision was also based on the fact that the plaintiff missed deadlines when filing the motion to stop construction for the new police station. Residents of the city were in attendance, and some say they believe this was the right call.
I think it went as I expected it would. I didn't think the temporary injunction would be granted, and I was glad that the motion to dismiss was not granted, and I thought that was fair.
This was the first of multiple hearings. Eaton Peabody attorney Michael Hodgins says he believes the judge will rule in favor of the city come May, when he says the case is expected to be resolved.
There's nothing today that suggested to us that the arguments are really any different on the merits. And at the end of the day, we think that the city followed the proper procedures, but we'll have to let the court decide that.
In Ellsworth, Matthew Jronczyk reporting for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
The last of the $850 inflation relief checks are in the mail. The remaining 10,200 relief checks, which had been awaiting additional funding, were sent by U.S. Postal Service people Tuesday. The payments that remained came from tax returns filed near the October 31st deadline. The additional funding came from the governor's emergency winter relief program. The governor's office says they had anticipated a 4% increase in filers, but as a result of advertisement over the summer, the actual increase was nearly 12%. They say the unanticipated response underscored the program's success, reaching Maine residents who are most at risk, largely those not required to file a tax return. The Department of Administrative and Financial Services now pivots to processing the $450 winter energy relief payment checks.
Maine's public advocate says competition is failing to produce lower electricity rates for residential consumers in Maine. William Hardwood released a report on Wednesday that encourages the legislature to scrap the current competitive process for electricity for residential customers. Instead, he suggests all residential customers should pay the standard offer rate produced by a competitive bid process. The report, which was commissioned by the legislature, will be provided to the Maine Legislature's Energy, Utilities, and Technology Committee. Harwood says some low-income Mainers are being duped by promises of lower rates, but often end up paying more. He says one vendor, in fact, charges more than double the current standard offer.
The town of Orland said yes last night to the construction of a brand new fire station. Residents in the town voted 259 to 105 in favor of the $4 million project. It's not exactly clear when construction will begin, but the new station will be built on Gray Meadow Road. The new station is expected to include an additional bay, higher ceilings, dedicated areas for decontamination, and improved ventilation and drainage. I know that's especially important as we learn more about the PFAS contamination they experience.
I know they've been wanting that station for a long time, so they're celebrating today in Orland.
Good. Yep, I'm glad for him. Well, the time now is 8:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, some state lawmakers are supporting a bill that calls for arming teachers to protect students.
But first, another check of our weather forecast. A mostly cloudy day today. Things will warm up to around 30 degrees. Tonight, they'll be dropping down to -3. May see a few flurries in the area. Tomorrow, a partly cloudy day with highs near 9 degrees. It heads downhill from there.
It wasn't just a little bit of soot on an old family photo. It wasn't just a couple of books soaked in water. And when you called Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, you were not just another customer. That family photo hangs high yet again, and those irreplaceable first editions stay cemented in history. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
On the next, Last Man Standing.
Kyle and I are having our first real fight. It's like a reality TV show, but with no music to tell me how to feel.
Kyle gets a little premarital advice.
Our meeting with the new pastor did not go well. What happened? Kyle started saying all this crazy stuff about being a husband.
You talked about this. Didn't you explain to him I was your role model?
That was the crazy stuff.
Well, nobody should repeat your father's opinions except for your father. And honestly, even that's getting old.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22. It's high school basketball season, and ABC 7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Boynton's Greenhouse, Brick House Kitchen, Chestnut Street Automotive LLC, Nicotal Stove Shop, Northwoods Real Estate, and Stearns Lumber Company.
Tonight,
Ladies Neighborhood Watch.
I got a bear trap we can use. I gotta clean it first, though. Welcome to Flash, tonight on Fox.
The critics agree. The Clash was a hit. Get ready for the sequel. It's take 2 for NASCAR's best in a race you have to see to believe. The Clash at the Coliseum, Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
A judge who has served for 2 decades at the Superior Court and District Court levels has been selected by Governor Mills to serve on the Maine Supreme Judicial Court. Justice Wayne Douglas of Old Orchard Beach was first nominated to the Maine District Court by former Governor Angus King way back in 2002. On the Superior Court, Douglas has presided over the York County Treatment and Recovery Court. He also initiated a mental health docket in York County.
Armed teachers and security guards at schools. It's an idea Republican lawmakers are proposing at the State House in response to school shootings. Mal Meyer has more from Augusta.
I think the time has come.
Representative Stephen Foster says he started thinking about this bill after seeing the Parkland shooting when 17 people were shot and killed at a Florida high school.
And during the first reports, it came out that an educator, a coach, had given his life to try to protect students.
His bill would allow school employees to have or use a gun at public or approved private schools, so long as they undergo specific trainings and are authorized to do this by the school board. This would be voluntary for employees.
I put some stipulations in here.
Democratic Representative Vicky Dudera, co-chair for the legislature's Gun Safety Caucus, says in a statement, "We all want to keep our children safe in schools. It is our top priority. But our caucus believes that putting guns in the classroom is not the way to do it. And the teachers we have spoken with are not in favor of this measure."
And it's not the trend we want to see Maine go in, or certainly any other state in the country.
Lynn Ellis is with the Maine Gun Safety Coalition.
Adding firearms to a situation doesn't solve the problem. And there are many other ways to go around making schools safer.
Her group believes teachers wouldn't get the same level of training as law enforcement.
Teachers are there to teach our children, make them feel safe and secure.
In some of the school shootings across the nation, there were trained law enforcement present that were unable to stop the threat. How do you respond to that kind of criticism?
Well, I understand that. I think in some of those cases, it's been shown that the actions were not what we would consider up to standard.
Representative Foster argues you don't know how someone might react in these situations until it happens. CBS 13 reached out to the Maine Education Association, which represents thousands of Maine educators, to ask about this issue, but we did not receive a response.
And the time now is 8:15. Coming up after the break, the residents of Plymouth are on a wild goose chase, hoping to keep their newfound neighbors safe.
This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Now what? You say it when things go wrong. At Prudential, we think you should say it when things go right, too. Like when you score your dream job, sell your business, or discover she's smart, really smart. Now what? Here's what. You connect with Prudential's rock-solid team serving over 50 million people with investment, insurance, and retirement know-how. Who's your rock? Visit Prudential.com or speak to an advisor today.
If you're eligible for Medicare and Medicaid, a Medicare Advantage plan from Anthem Maine Health can come with all the benefits you want and zero compromises. Just go to anthemmainehealth.com/answers or call 855-753-3928 for a one-on-one Medicare plan review. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing coverage, along with transportation, a free gym membership, and $0 copay for prescriptions, all for zero extra cost. Plus, you could be eligible for extra benefits to help you save even more. We have plans with up to $2,500 a year to help you pay for over-the-counter health items, groceries, and living expenses like cell phone, electric, or water bills, all on a single prepaid MasterCard you can use at thousands of locations nationwide. Call Anthem Maine Health at 855-753-3928 or visit anthemmainehealth.com/answers and get a Medicare Advantage plan with zero compromises for you and your wallet.
Are you fed up with high prices at the pump? Do monthly utility bills drain your wallet?
If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. For months now, residents in the small town of, where are we? I said it should say in a small town, not the small town. There's many. Have been on a wild goose chase. Devin Dagnall swooped in to talk turkey with those involved.
Since late last summer, a few residents in the town of Plymouth have taken the Canadian goose that they call Lucky Duck under their wing. A few eagle-eyed residents noticed Lucky Duck was having problems with his wing and tried to help him the best they could by fencing off an area and offering food and shelter.
I put a crate there and I put hay in the crate and I've been feeding him and I'm just letting him slowly get used to the changes. And he keeps coming up on shore and I made a nest area where I packed it all down and so he's getting used to things and he knows that nobody's going to hurt him here.
As the seasons changed and Lucky Duck stayed around, residents became worried that the injury was more serious than initially thought. With the rapid drop in temperature expected this weekend, local resident Steve Dupuis worries that if Lucky Duck is not taken out of the cold, he may not survive.
He's always been there. Every time we come down here, he's been right there and watch this. Oh, he's still here. Says, oh my gosh, he's not going to make it. Yeah. He's losing weight. You can see that, and if we don't get rid of him or get him somewhere, he's going to die.
According to Dupuis, there have been a few attempts to corral Lucky Duck so he can be taken to the Avian Haven, where they would offer more specialized care. But none have been successful.
I've tried catching him maybe twice, 3 times with a net. As soon as he sees you coming, he heads for the water. Once he gets in the water, it's almost impossible to get him.
Dupuis says he is planning one final attempt to get Duck to the Haven this Friday at 9 a.m. Until then, the goose is loose. In Plymouth, Devin Dagnall for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Poor little goose. Yeah, he should be down south somewhere with his buddies.
I know. That could be a very sad animal movie if somebody were to take that on.
Well, we'll see what happens.
He has a good community around him, at least.
Hey, with the cold weather, it was reminding me of another tip. You want to top off your fuel tank as soon as you can, too. I ran out of heating oil at my house and it was probably about 5 years ago.
I thought you meant your car, but
No, in my house, I ran out of fuel. The house got so cold because I wasn't there at the time. it froze solid. The whole house was frozen. All the pipes in the house, that kind of thing. And so we had to go and rent a couple of those big old kerosene blower heaters and just get it cranked up down in the basement to thaw everything out. And I was lucky. I only had a few leaks after that.
Yep.
But you want to avoid that because once your pipes freeze, they can expand and crack, and then you can have all kinds of plumbing problems. So the time is now to protect yourself before.
I've seen a lot of helpful tips on Facebook the past couple days. A lot of local police departments are sharing helpful tips. There's extensive stuff you can do to help keep your pipes from freezing, and just stay at home if you can.
I'm glad the guy at Nichols said no open flames too. Some people do that, but I've covered so many fires from people trying to thaw pipes with an open flame, and they can cause some problems.
Right. He said blow dryer, test it on your hand. Yep. Here's Devin Biggs with a forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's a perfect gift for your Valentine. Alrighty, here we go. We have wind chill warnings in effect lasting until Saturday evening at about 7 p.m. as we'll be dealing with wind chill values that can reach up to 55 below or reach down to 55 below at times in a few spots. So, and on top of that, we also have a winter storm watch until 7 p.m. for the northern ends of the state. Not so much for accumulating snow, they'll only see about an inch in these areas, but it'll also be because of blowing snow expected as a result. We also do have gale warnings in effect along the coast until 4 p.m. as we head towards your Saturday. And this right here is a freezing spray warning in effect until 4 p.m. The winds will stir up the water here and it will cause it to splash on shore and freeze as a result. So we're going to be watching for colder temperatures that will be moving in later on tonight, especially throughout the daytime tomorrow. So throughout your Friday and especially Friday night, air temperatures can reach down to 30 below in a few spots, especially further off towards the north. So it'll be rather cold in those spots. For the same time frame, we're also going to break down the wind chill values, which will get rather dangerous. Look at this right here. We'll be dealing with wind chill values by early Saturday morning, possibly 50 to 60 below in some cases. Very dangerous air. This will be limit time outside, and try to stay inside as best you can kind of weather. If you have to go outside, definitely make sure to bundle up and limit times outdoors. Even Bangor getting close to 50 below in a few spots. Our average high temperature is supposed to be 28 above zero. We'll reach for the lower 30s today. Only 9 degrees Friday, and that high temperature will be hit early. Will cool off sharply throughout the day. 3 below for the high for your Saturday, but then warming up rather quickly, though, with 30s and 40s on the way starting Sunday through Wednesday. So the good news is this cold spell will be very short-lived. Here's a look at things right now. Just snow off in parts of Canada right now. We're watching the next system that's developing off toward the north and west, located right about in here. It will be tracking off towards the south and east, and that'll bring us the chances for snow later on tonight. Then that big cold stretch that'll be on the way, or that big cold snap that will be on the way, especially as we head towards your Friday. But again, good news is that cold spell will be rather short-lived. So futurecast moving forward for today, increasing clouds will be the general idea. The snow will start to move in later on tonight for the northern ends of the state. Maybe a few flurries in our neck of the woods. The sun will come out for your Friday, but it's just going to be very cold with that gusty north wind reaching up to 40 miles per hour at times. Looks like ocean effect snow developing along the coast as well, moving away from us. But on land, though, we'll be okay with a lot of sunshine. Just very cold, so stay inside if you can. It'll be very chilly as you head towards your Friday and possibly your Saturday as well. Lower 30s today, mostly cloudy with that southwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 3 below, mostly cloudy with a few flurries out there. Again, that winter storm watch at the northern ends of the state for 1 inch of snow and blowing snow as well. Southwest wind up to 25 miles per hour. And tomorrow, 9 degrees above zero. That'll be hit early in the day with a partly cloudy sky and falling temperatures as well. Northwest wind at about 40 miles per hour. Alrighty, Marilyn Monroe Spa's extended forecast. So here we go. So colder temperatures on the way. Friday night, 23 below, wind chill values of around 55 to 60 below in a few areas. Then lots of sunshine for you Saturday, 3 below for the high. But then we improve. Snow shower Sunday, highs in the low 30s and mid 30s on Monday with a slight chance for snow.
Where do you go when you need a real estate appraisal? Who has the experience that I need? Who can I trust? Maine Val has over 30 years of experience across the state of Maine in providing top-quality real estate appraisal services. Contact us today and speak with one of our many licensed professionals. Maine Val, quality delivered on schedule. Call us today at 207-573-3222. That's 573-3222.
Since 1950, Fairhaven Camps, located in Brooks, Maine, has provided quality Christian summer camping experiences to young people from Maine and beyond. At Fairhaven Camps, we empower youth from ages 6 through 17 to seek the truth of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Fairhaven Camps offers day or overnight camps as well as horsemanship and wilderness camps. Fairhaven Camps is now hiring for summer staff and accepting registration for campers. To sign up, apply, or donate, please visit www.fairhavencamps.org or call us today.
When Zolke Tree Service wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Zolke Tree Service has been serving the greater Bangor area since 2018. Zolke Tree Service offers free in-person quotes. Give us a call today.
Find meaningful work in direct care, like Carmen, who works in a residential care facility with adults with disabilities.
I can't imagine why people are not just jumping like fish in a pond, because you make such a difference. It's so humbling. Anyone who wants to make a difference, this is the place to go.
Visit mainjobs.care/WVII to learn more and make an impact through a compassionate career.
And now we turn to the latest with the Federal Reserve and its attempts to dial back inflation. The Fed raising interest rates yet again, this time another 0.25 percentage points, a decision that could affect your finances. ABC's Ike Ajachi is in Washington with more.
This morning, the Federal Reserve raising its short-term borrowing rate by another quarter point, the latest in a string of borrowing cost increases aimed at slowing the economy and easing inflation, a move that risks tipping the economy into a recession. The Fed's decision comes just a week after a government report showed inflation slowing down in December, marking 6 months of smaller price increases.
The falling inflation, that's a good thing for the Fed.
Consumer prices rose 6.5% over the year-long period ending in December, a significant slowdown from a summer peak.
Recent developments are encouraging. We will need substantially more evidence to be confident that inflation is on a sustained downward path.
Prices are cooling, but you're still paying about 10.4% more than a year ago for food. The latest rate hike will mean paying more for your credit card. The average household credit card debt is just under $6,500. The new rate hike means you'll pay an additional $123 in interest. Some positive news, the labor market has proven resilient. In December, employers added 233,000 jobs, bringing the total job openings to 11 million, the largest since July. As the economy recovers from the pandemic, a new threat, the looming debt ceiling shutdown. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy meeting with President Biden for an hour at the White House. McCarthy emerging from the meeting sounding optimistic.
I thought this was a good meeting there. I think at the end of the day, we can find common ground.
The White House has come out and said both McCarthy and President Biden had a frank and straightforward dialogue that will continue. Now, the White House said Biden made it clear that they cannot allow the U.S. to default and that this obligation is not negotiable. Biden did welcome a separate discussion on reducing the deficit, but that the two issues should not be linked.
Meanwhile, in a stunning development for a sitting president, the FBI conducted a third search of President Biden's home on Wednesday. They converged on the Delaware property to search for more classified documents. None were located. It was the third search since classified documents were found at his former office back in November. The White House says it's giving investigators full access to conduct a thorough search. Yesterday's search was also conducted on the same day. Special counsel Robert Hur officially began his job of overseeing that investigation.
A new study finds black taxpayers are audited more than any other race group. The paper published by Stanford University discovered this wasn't due to any individual agents motivated by race, but that the algorithm the IRS uses was mainly at fault. It uses a specific selection process when choosing who to audit, primarily flagging those filing tax returns with the Earned Income Tax Credit, which allows for low-income workers to claim for a tax break. Many black Americans file their taxes with no business income, which is easier to audit for the IRS, compared to those with business income returns. Because of all of this, black taxpayers to be 3 to 5 times more likely to be audited than other groups.
Hopefully they're doing something about that.
I know. I think that's a problem with a lot of algorithms that are used, oftentimes by federal agencies. Sometimes they can be racist. It's crazy. Well, still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll have Pet of the Week.
We'll also hear about Tom Brady's retirement.
I know.
Again.
Crazy.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, today is February 2nd, 2023. It's also Groundhog Day. Each year, people flock to Gobbler's Knob in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania to await the forecast from a local celebrity. And yes, they did it again this morning. I think we actually have a little video of it all happening.
There's
Punxsutawney Phil. We'll know if there will be 6 more weeks of winter. And yes, Punxsutawney Phil did see his shadow this morning, so we're told there will, in fact, be 6 more weeks of winter. It's a tradition that originated with German settlers who came to Pennsylvania in the 1700s and then brought their superstitions with them. The first Groundhog Day festival was held there in 1887.
1887?
Yeah, a long time ago. We were watching this morning about, what was it, like 6:30 this morning?
Yeah.
And they were launching fireworks. They had like thousands of people there.
I've never seen that before, fireworks in the early
It's
morning.
one thing to have them like during the evening during a festival, but there, I mean, nobody's sleeping in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania today.
Right.
So.
It kind of blew my mind. We had a brief story yesterday. There's about 6,000 residents and 20,000 people will flock there for this.
Yeah,
so it's like, do they have a bunch of hotels that are open just for this, or do they stay in a neighboring town?
This is huge. This is their claim to fame, I think.
Right.
Is this, because there's several other towns have their famous groundhogs. This is the most famous by far. And
I think we need a famous groundhog or a hedgehog or just
they
a regular
brought it
hog.
up years ago. I remember doing a story on it. They were calling it Bangor Bob, and they did it for a few years, and it was kind of cute, but I think it kind of fizzled. But yeah, we need a mascot here. I guess we have Paul Bunyan.
Yes, I like that one.
We could use something else too.
Yeah, we could.
So,
well,
anyway.
On this day in history, I love this one. In 1852, the first public flushing toilet was opened in London. And I don't know how much, like in the UK, they have those, the water tank will be up here.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why it's different
now,
over there.
Nowadays, they have these public toilets that will drop down into the streets. So certain times a day when there's more tourists in certain areas, this whole porta potty basically comes up from the street. And they use them for certain types of days.
That sounds like something from Harry Potter.
Some guy actually got killed in one last week because he was under fixing it anyway. That's why I knew about this. They were under there fixing that toilet and it dropped up. But
that's
anyway,
a nightmare.
I didn't want to bring up the negative part of that, but...
Okay, well,
leave it
I'm
to me.
just saying, yes, hey, that's why I like you, Craig. The negative parts, we have to.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm thankful that we have running water and facilities. Oh my gosh. Well, in 1653, the city of New Amsterdam, which is now New York City, was officially incorporated. In 1990, apartheid began to crumble in South Africa as the country made a dramatic concessions to the black majority by lifting a ban on the African National Congress and promising to free Nelson Mandela.
Which they did eventually there. I was in Boston. Nelson Mandela came to the U.S. back in the 90s to do a visit, and this was after he had been released there, and just the thousands and thousands of people lining the streets there it made you feel, well, really good.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
So.
That's a special time.
Yep.
And today's birthdays include singer Shakira. She's 46 today. Model Christy Brinkley is 68. Singer Graham Nash from Crosby, Stills & Nash is 81. And country singer Blaine Larson is 37.
I'll just let you read it all. I'll just sit here and comment on everything. Now I'm getting the big rap because Craig's talking too much. So
Did we get the rap?
We got the rap.
Wow, we talked a lot.
We're going to send it over to Devin now for the latest on our weather.
Yep.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's the perfect gift for your Valentine. Alrighty, here we go. We have a wind chill warning in effect now. This is the highest alert for cold weather expected as we are dealing with wind chill values later on that will be reaching 55 below in some spots, if not worse. So this will be moving in very soon, especially as we head towards the daytime tomorrow. On top of that, though, we also have a winter storm watch on the northern ends of the state until 7 p.m. Saturday. Not so much for accumulating snow, but blowing snow will be expected, though, with any snow that falls in the northern ends of the state, at least through Saturday evening. And also gale warnings now in effect until 4 p.m. as we head towards the Saturday along the coast. And this right here is a freezing spray warning also in effect until 4 p.m. as we head towards the Saturday, as the cold weather and the wind will be causing some ice to accumulate on shore from courtesy of the ocean. So lots to break down here this morning. But otherwise, though, we're quiet for now. The next system is off toward the north and west. It will be moving in our direction soon, so we'll be dealing with increasing clouds today. It starts to pass through overnight tonight and parts of tomorrow. And once it passes through, our lives will really change with colder temperatures on the way. For now, we'll be okay today. We'll see increasing clouds today in general, temperatures in the 20s and 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Thank you, Devin. All right, so now we're going to switch gears.
Let me scroll through all this. I was busy looking up London toilets. So.
Okay. I was too.
All right, we're caught up here.
Okay. Well, locally, though, February brings unpredictable weather that can contribute to a blood supply shortage. Storms can force blood drives to be canceled. The American Red Cross is closely monitoring the weather, and they are urging anyone with type O blood to donate. I believe I do, so we have one right around the corner. I need to go visit, especially like if you have type O, like I just said, type O negative. They're also hoping a wide range of people will turn out to give blood at a diversity blood drive being held at the Donor Center in Bangor on February 10th.
I'm looking for Black donors to come out and donate blood because 1 in 3 Black donors are a match for sickle cell, and that would be amazing because in the U.S. alone there's about over 100,000 people with sickle cell disease, and it's a chronic disease that is debilitating and unfortunately does not have a cure.
Anyone who donates blood in February gets a $10 Amazon gift card and is entered for a chance to win a trip for 2 to Florida. To find out where blood drives are being held in your area or to make an appointment, go to redcrossblood.org. Do you always need an appointment, or is that just the best thing to do?
I think it is.
Okay.
Unless they have like a drive. Usually the drives you can show up there. But you can always call the Red Cross Blood Donor Center here in Bangor. They'll give you all the information you need.
Cool.
And they'll help you out.
Good call. Still to come this morning, Tyler Cruz will have the latest with local sports.
And your pet of the week is a very cute little doggy. Mm-hmm. Don't go away.
When the More True team of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. The More True team works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area.
Who can you call when you need immediate help, any time of day or night? Always giving you and your family peace of mind.
AAA's legendary roadside assistance is a network with over 50,000 vehicles that respond to more than 32 million assistance calls every year.
If something happens and we're broken down, my family's not going to be stranded.
There are so many benefits to membership, and AAA is there if you're locked out of your car, need a tow, run out of gas, have a flat tire, or a dead battery.
You know, if you have one flat tire or one battery service, that membership fee pays for itself.
Wherever you go, wherever you are, you can trust AAA to be there when you need them.
Join today, and a full year of AAA membership is just $53. We'll waive the membership admission fee, and as a special bonus, you'll receive a 1-year membership for an eligible family member. Don't wait another second. Call to join AAA right now.
Toyota's all-wheel drive vehicles not only conquer the elements, Toyota conquers its competitors by sheer selection. You see, Toyota has 20 different all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models. That's more than Subaru, more than Honda, more than Jeep. Conquer most anything with a tough Tacoma 4x4, the best-selling midsize pickup for 17 years, and named best truck among midsize pickups. See your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Why are 93% of Sleep Number sleepers very satisfied with their bed? Maybe it's because you can gently raise your partner's head to help relieve snoring. So you can both stay comfortable all night. And now save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 Limited Edition Smart Bed. Ends Monday.
25 words or less.
Do this with me, boys. Ready? It's just a game.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with the big news on Wednesday morning. Tom Brady officially announced his retirement exactly 1 year after he first called it quits. The NFL great said his retirement this time is for good. He briefly retired after last season, only to return to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for one more year. The Bucs struggled for much of the season, including losing 5 of 6 games for a stretch in the early part of the year, September and October. But nevertheless, Brady will go down as one of the best quarterbacks and professional football players ever, if not the best. With 7 Super Bowl championships, 6 of them right here in New England. He actually kicked off the Patriots dynasty with his first back in 2001, and his last championship coming with Tampa in 2020.
Morning, guys. I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring for good. I know the process was a pretty big deal last time, so when I woke up this morning, I figured I'd just press record and let you guys know first. So I won't be long-winded. Like, you only get one super emotional retirement essay, and I used mine up last year. So really thank you guys so much, to every single one of you, for supporting me.
All right, now I could go on and list all of my favorite Brady moments, but I'd take up all the time we have left in the show. So now let's move on to some hockey up in Orono. The Maine Black Bears swept Providence over the weekend, and a huge thanks to goalie Victor Osman, who put on a performance to remember. Ryan Sudol has more.
We need to be trying to play our best hockey at the end of the year. In order to do that, we have to get a little bit better every day. We did that last weekend.
On Friday and Saturday, Maine men's hockey completed their first sweep of a ranked team this year, taking down number 17 Providence in 2 games at the Alphon.
It was special to do that, especially at home this weekend. And it's hard to beat any team in this league, and it's a lot harder to beat them two nights in a row.
A big part of it was the performance of junior goalie Victor Osman. He allowed 2 goals over the 2 games, including a 52-save shutout on Saturday.
Just trying to stay in the moment and stop the puck.
It's kind of all coming together. It's his 3rd go-around as a junior now, and he's starting to get comfortable with the league and the shooters and everything. It's just a day-by-day process.
A process which has paid off huge. He's allowed around 2 goals a game this year compared to 3 last year. Head coach Ben Barr says it all comes down to a harder work ethic.
He's working harder in practice, which in turn is paying off in games.
You're not going to be perfect, but you can always control the work ethic. Work hard every day and then just hope for the best.
Even with his work ethic getting so much praise, Osman says his defenders were as big a part of the shutout as he was.
I can trust them, and I think that reflects our game in the defensive zone.
His teammates were right there with him, so he can play with confidence.
We all know that we all trust each other and that we're going to do our jobs.
And the Black Bears will need everyone to do their jobs this weekend. They play another ranked slate at home, starting with number 3 Boston University on Friday.
We can't stop being aggressive just because they're a skilled team. They can make plays, so we just got to shut them down early and don't give them the time and space.
In Orono, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Looking forward to see what the Black Bears can do Friday against BU. Let's stay on the ice here. It was a huge girls hockey tilt at Penobscot Ice Arena on Wednesday. Pioneers looking for their 7th straight win. Pioneers, the number 2 team in the North, taking on Cheverus, number 1 team in the South. Will start in the first period. Pioneers up 1. Michaela Talbot, a perfect pass over to Marina Friedman. She ties things up at 1. Still in the first, Pioneers trying to retake that lead. Megan Delahanty's going to get it through the 5-hole, but what a play from Briella Doherty to save the day. Later on, though, Penobscot would get their revenge. The captain, Emma McNeil, going through the defense, fires the wrister. She beats Ellie Skojnakovic, 2-1 Pioneers. Second period, Paige Oakes forces the turnover, fires the shot. She makes it 3-1. Penobscot would finish this one off, a 5-2 victory, and yet another victory for them. All right, let's go to the hardwood now for some hoops coverage. Doubleheader in Red Barry Gym. Bangor and Hamden going at it. We'll start with the girls. Second quarter, Bangor up. Tegan Atherley finds Taylor Coombs here. She is money from the corner. Drains the three, all three of those. Broncos now still in the second quarter. Bella McLaughlin, she's going to answer right back with the three-pointer of her own off the dribble. Rams were up at the half. Third quarter, Emmy Streams to Cassidy Ireland in the corner. It's a three-party over here. She drains one of her own. And then the future polar bear, Abby Quinn, too strong with the left. Bangor wins this one 57-25. Moving on to the boys' side of things right now. Broncos looking to take their third straight win, and the Rams are trying to defend their home court. We'll kick this off in the first quarter. Connor Boone to Matt Holmes, over to Ryan Ford. Sweet turnaround Jay off the glass. I think he called bank right there. Then it's the Broncos. Zach McLaughlin, pull up mid-range, rattles that one home. And then here he is again, getting to his spot, rising over the D and getting the jumper to fall. Nice shooter's roll right there. And then check out this play, this effort from J.J. Wolfington. Dives out of bounds to save that ball. That floor is not soft. And then he's going to get it back on the break and bury the triple. He is pumped, rightfully so. Hamden wins 70-34. All right, now we go to Orono now. Maine women's hoops trying to pick up a win against Bryant. We will start in the second quarter. And here is Adriana Smith. She's driving, takes the defense out of their shoes with the fake. She gets the lay-in to fall. Later, Bryant sticking it in. This is going to go to Lucy Castagne, to Mariana Plains. Fortuny, who nails her pull-up jumper right there. But it would be all Black Bears from that point on. Here is Abby Lawrence to Sarah Talon. Over to Caroline Bornman. She pulls up, nothing but net from three. Black Bears roll in this one. They win 66-43. All right, and the Black Bears and Bulldogs also going at it down in Rhode Island. We'll start this one in the first half. Maine looking for their fourth straight win. Bryant with the ball. It's Charles Pride. He sends it outside to Sheriff Gross Bullock. He drills the three ball for the Dogs. End of the first, Maine on the break after the steal. Fofo Adetogan. He finishes the job with the lay-in. And then the Black Bears with it still. This is going to be Getty Yusupaitis out to the freshman. Jaden Clayton, he is money from the outside. Maine trailed by one at the half, but the Bulldogs were too much in the second. Pride sends it to Earl Timberlake. He slams it home. Bryant ends Maine's win streak. 71-53 is the final. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Come bowl a few games here at Bangor Brewer Bowling Lanes. We're one of the only Candlepin bowling alley centers in Maine, conveniently located in the heart of Brewer. You always have the opportunity to simply bowl for fun. However, you can also join a league. We have youth leagues, adult and senior leagues. Now don't forget, we also host birthday parties for under $100, and gift certificates are also available. Give us a call right away at 989-3798 to make reservations for your birthday party today.
We answered some questions on Angie. Contractors pop up on your screen.
You can read other people's experiences. To me, Angie is a time saver.
I scheduled it right then and there.
Get started at Angie.com today.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
For over 75 years, Ariens has been blowing away the competition. Ariens snow throwers simply overpower other brands. See for yourself by watching the screen and then head to Jim Small Engines in Arlington, where these fabulous high-throwing Ariens snow throwers are on sale at unbelievable prices. Jim Small Engines brings 40 years experience in sales and service, and Jim knows that Ariens snow throwers are the best, but supplies are limited, so watch the screen and take advantage of the great sale prices on Ariens snow throwers now at Jim Small Engines, Snows Corner Road, Arlington.
With AARP Rewards, anyone can earn and redeem points.
They're ready for you.
That's 300 points.
And help their money live longer. Get started for free today.
The Pet of the Week is brought to you by Riptide Smoke Shop in Belfast.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. We're here with Catherine from Bangor Humane Society, who's brought in our Pet of the Week. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you.
Yeah, who's this?
Day. So this is Creature. Creature is a 4-year-old female. You can tell that she's a mix of many different things, but based on those blue eyes, there's either Australian Shepherd or Husky. I'm leaning more towards Aussie just because of her size and the quality of her coat. She's really soft.
Right.
But yeah, it's hard to say. And Creature has not been with us for very long, and we really hope that she won't be. You can tell she's super chill. She's really friendly. So Creature's former life, she's been in 2 different places. She started off in, I believe, Massachusetts, where she did not lead the best life. She was tied up outside with several other dogs, and we believe that she developed at that time a bit of a disdain for other animals.
Yeah.
So she has to be the only animal in the home. She has a very high prey drive. She will go after cats. She'll go after other dogs. She'll go after small animals, chickens. She can't live on a farm.
Right.
So she would make the perfect dog for maybe a younger person who, you know, has the time to walk her and spend time with her, or a young couple maybe that doesn't have any kids, or even an older person that's on their own.
She's so sweet, though.
She really is.
She is
beautiful. She's the absolute best girl. And she did not want to get up into my car, but thank you. But once she was in the car, she's an awesome co-pilot.
Really?
She just sat and watched everything outside, and after a few minutes, she curled up in the front seat and just looked at me and was like, "Where are we going?"
Oh.
So yeah. She is a really, really great dog. She does appear to be house trained. There were no messes in her kennel this morning, and she's done all of her business outside. So she's 4, which for me, I think 4 is the best age.
Yeah.
That's when dogs are like they're
good.
fully out of that puppy stage, and they are just so much fun to be
I'm
around.
sorry, I think she's coming home with me.
She may be, yeah.
Right.
I don't know how Fred would feel
I'm
about that.
I'm thinking about it, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
how does she do with other dogs?
No other dogs,
Right.
unfortunately.
And I
yeah.
brought up earlier, too, I mean, even if she was leashed on a walk, walking by another dog.
She seems to do okay, but she absolutely cannot be trusted to be off leash, because if she sees another dog, she's going to go for it.
Yeah.
We passed some other kennels this morning, and she did let out a bark, which is the only bark I've heard today.
Really?
But
I know
that
she's
was
quiet.
it. Yeah. There was no sneering or scrabbling at the plexi on the other kennel or anything.
Good.
And she was able to be redirected and moved along, but absolutely has to stay on the leash.
Which I think, even though she has those issues of, the prey drive, she's small enough that she's not going to drag you away on the leash.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, don't stop scratching me. Come on, man. This is great.
She loves it, and
Yeah.
I think she keeps coming back to me because I've got treats,
want some treats?
for her here. What's that? Yeah, and she just takes a treat so gently.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think we're about out of time.
Yep.
But if you're interested in Creature, we need to come up with a better name for her.
I know, but the thing is, she's 4, so it's been her name. I think she recognizes it.
Yeah.
Just fill out an adoption application. We need to make sure that she's going to be a good fit for you on paper, and then come in and meet with her, and just make sure you bring everybody that lives in your home to meet with her to make sure that she approves as
Boy,
well.
I could not have your job. I would want just every little doggy and kitty.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, what do you hear?
It's a pretty good gig, though, because
Okay.
you get to pet them and love them all. And
Right.
they're not all meant for you, you know.
Yeah.
I couldn't bring her to my house. I have 2 cats and 2 dogs.
Right.
She wouldn't fit in. But
Right.
somebody out there has the right environment.
Well, thank you, Catherine, for
Thank
coming
you.
by. We're
Yeah.
going to send it over to Devin now for our forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Marilyn Monroe Spas. Sign up for your VIP spa membership today for exclusive members-only services and benefits. It's a perfect gift for your Valentine. Alrighty, here we go. We have wind chill warnings in effect lasting until Saturday evening at about 7 p.m. as we'll be dealing with wind chill values that can reach up to 55 below or reach down to 55 below at times in a few spots. So, and on top of that, we also have a winter storm watch until 7 p.m. for the northern ends of the state. Not so much for accumulating snow. They'll only see about an inch in these areas, but it'll also be because of blowing snow expected as a result. We also do have gale warnings in effect along the coast until 4 p.m. as we head towards your Saturday. And this right here is a freezing spray warning in effect until 4 p.m. The winds will stir up the water here and it will cause it to splash on shore and freeze as a result. So we're going to be watching for colder temperatures that will be moving in later on tonight, especially throughout the daytime tomorrow. So throughout your Friday and especially Friday night, air temperatures can reach down to 30 below in a few spots, especially further off towards the north. So it'll be rather cold in those spots. For the same time frame, we're also going to break down the wind chill values, which will get rather dangerous. Look at this right here. We'll be dealing with wind chill values by early Saturday morning, possibly 50 to 60 below in some cases. Very dangerous air. This will be limit time outside and try to stay inside as best you can kind of weather. If you have to go outside, definitely make sure to bundle up and limit times outdoors. Even Bangor getting close to 50 below in a few spots. Our average high temperature is supposed to be 28 above zero. We'll reach for the lower 30s today. Only 9 degrees Friday, and that high temperature will be hit early. Will cool off sharply throughout the day. 3 below for the high for you Saturday, but then warming up rather quickly, though, with 30s and 40s on the way starting Sunday through Wednesday. So the good news is this cold spell will be very short-lived. Here's a look at things right now. Just snow off in parts of Canada right now. We're watching the next system that's developing off toward the north and west, located right about in here. It will be tracking off towards the south and east, and that'll bring us the chances for snow later on tonight. Then that big cold stretch that'll be on the way, or that big cold snap that will be on the way, especially as we head towards your Friday. But again, good news is that cold spell will be rather short-lived. So futurecast moving forward for today, increasing clouds will be the general idea. The snow will start to move in later on tonight for the northern ends of the state. Maybe a few flurries in our neck of the woods. The sun will come out for your Friday, but it's just going to be very cold with that gusty north wind reaching up to 40 miles per hour at times. Looks like ocean effect snow developing along the coast as well, moving away from us. But on land, though, we'll be okay with a lot of sunshine. It's very cold, so stay inside if you can. It'll be very chilly as you head towards your Friday and possibly your Saturday as well. Lower 30s today, mostly cloudy with that southwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 3 below, mostly cloudy with a few flurries out there. Again, that winter storm watch at the northern ends of the state for 1 inch of snow and blowing snow as well. Southwest wind up to 25 miles per hour. And tomorrow, 9 degrees above zero. That'll be hit early in the day with a partly cloudy sky and falling temperatures as well. Northwest wind at about 40 miles per hour. Alrighty, a Maryland Monroe Spa's extended forecast. So here we go. So colder temperatures on the way. Friday night, 23 below, wind chill values of around 55 to 60 below in a few areas. Then lots of sunshine for you Saturday, 3 below for the high. But then we improve. Snow shower Sunday, highs in the low 30s and mid 30s on Monday with a slight chance for snow.
Are you looking to have some fun, including soaring on Skyrider, the ultimate indoor zip line? Well, come over to Urban Air, Bangor's #1 birthday party destination, located at the Airport Mall. Urban Air has gravity-defying attractions for all ages, including our Warrior Course, trampolines, enormous arcade section, and climbing walls. Call us today to schedule your birthday party. And don't forget, we have endless play memberships available as well. Urban Air, let them fly.
If you're eligible for Medicare and Medicaid, a Medicare Advantage plan from Anthem Maine Health can come with all the benefits you want and zero compromises. Just go to anthemmainehealth.com/answers or call 855-753-3928 for a one-on-one Medicare plan review. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing coverage, along with transportation, a free gym membership, and $0 copay for prescriptions, all for zero extra cost. Plus, you could be eligible for extra benefits to help you save even more. We have plans with up to $2,500 a year to help you pay for over-the-counter health items, groceries, and living expenses like cell phone, electric, or water bills, all on a single prepaid MasterCard you can use at thousands of locations nationwide. Call Anthem Maine Health at 855-753-3928 or visit anthemmainehealth.com/answers and get a Medicare Advantage plan with zero compromises for you and your wallet.
Family owned and operating in the Bangor area for more than 10 years. Crosby's Welding is here to help you. We specialize in steel, stainless steel, and aluminum welding and fabrication. We serve many of the local industries from Maine lobstermen to the commercial trucking industry and everything in between. Fully mobile on-site construction services